there, learners! Do you wish you could improve your memory? If so, you're in luck. Today, we'll share 7 memory hacks that actually work! But before we get started, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss out on future videos. Hack number 1 is chunking. Have you ever tried to memorize a long list of numbers or words and just ended up getting all mixed up? Don't worry, it happens to the best of us. Fortunately, there's a simple trick to help you remember long lists more easily. It's called chunking. Chunking is when you take large amounts of information and break them down into smaller, more manageable groups. This can be really helpful when it comes to remembering things like phone numbers, passwords, and long lines of text, instead of trying to memorize the entire thing at once. You can break it down into smaller chunks and remember each chunk separately. For example, if you need to remember a 10-digit phone number, you could break it down into 3 chunks: the area code, the first 3 digits, and the last 4 digits. When you use this method, it'll be much easier to remember the information because your brain won't become overwhelmed by the amount of information it has to process. So next time you need to memorize something long, don't forget the power of chunking. Hack number 2 is visualization. Close your eyes and picture this. You're in class, listening to an incredibly boring lecture. The words seem to be flying over your head, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to focus. But then suddenly you have an epiphany. What if you try imagining what the teacher is saying instead of just listening? To your surprise, you find yourself becoming much more engaged in the material and actually start to remember it better. That's right, visualization, the secret to unlocking your brain's full potential. By visualizing what you're learning, you're able to create mental images that are more memorable than words alone. This technique can be applied to any type of learning, from studying for exams to memorizing lines for a play. And the best part is that it's incredibly easy to do. Just close your eyes, focus on the material you want to learn, and imagine it in your mind. You'll be surprised at how much more information you can retain and recall later on. So next time you need to learn something new, don't just read the textbook. Take the time to visualize the concepts and watch your grades skyrocket. Hack number 3 is neat. Are you tired of forgetting important information? Do you want to remember names, numbers, and important dates without struggling? Mnemonics might be the solution you've been looking for. Mnemonics are techniques that help you remember information by making it more meaningful and memorable. One popular type of mnemonic is the acronym. An acronym is a word or phrase formed from the first letters of a longer phrase. For example, the word NATO is an acronym for the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Acronyms are effective because they condense a lot of information into a single word or phrase. This makes it easier to remember the longer phrase. Another type of mnemonic is the acrostic. An acrostic is a poem or phrase where the first letter of each line spells out a word or phrase. For example, the sentence, "Every good boy deserves fudge," is an acrostic for the musical notes. EGBDF acrostics are a great way to remember lists or sequences because the first letter of each item spells out a word or a phrase that helps you remember the order. There are many other types of mnemonics that you can use to improve your memory and make learning more effective. So don't let forgetting important information hold you back. Try using mnemonics today and see how much easier it can make learning and remembering information. Hack number 4 is spaced repetition. We've all been there before. You spend hours studying for an exam, only to forget everything the second you walk into the testing room. It's frustrating, and it feels like no matter how hard you try, your memory just isn't up to par. But what if there was a way to revolutionize the way you study and make forgetting things a thing of the past? Enter space repetition. Spaced repetition is a learning technique that involves reviewing material at increasing intervals. The idea is that instead of cramming for an exam, you should review the material several times over a long period of time. This allows you to move information from your short-term memory to your long-term memory, making it more likely that you'll remember the information for a long time. One way to implement spaced repetition is to use flashcards. Flashcards allow you to quickly and efficiently review information in a way that is tailored to your individual needs. As you review each flashcard, your brain will start to remember the information more quickly and accurately. With spaced repetition, you'll be able to remember everything you study for much longer. So if you're tired of forgetting everything you study, it may be time to give spaced repetition a try. Hack number 5 is the story method. Let's face it, We live in a world that values creativity. Employers and educators alike are always looking for individuals who can think outside the box and come up with innovative solutions to complex problems. But here's the catch. Many of us struggle to come up with creative ideas, especially when it comes to memorizing information. Fortunately, there is a simple solution that can help us unlock our creative potential and make memorizing a breeze. The story method. The story method is a powerful technique that can be used to remember information by transforming it into a memorable story. This approach is particularly useful for remembering complex information such as names, dates, and concepts. By creating a story around the information you want to remember, you can make it more meaningful and engaging, which makes it easier to understand and retain. Plus, stories are simply more interesting than a list of facts and figures. They evoke emotions, create vivid images in our minds, and make information more relatable. So whether you're trying to remember the periodic table or the names of your new coworkers, try using the story method. Your brain will thank you. Hack number 6 is mind mapping. In today's fast-paced world, it seems like we're bombarded with information from all angles. It can be tough to keep track of everything we're learning, especially when it comes to complex topics with lots of details. Fortunately, there is a solution that can help us make sense of all this information and remember it for a long time. Mind mapping! Mind mapping is a technique that helps us organize and remember information by creating a visual representation of the material we're relearning. This approach is particularly useful for remembering complex information because it allows us to see the big picture while also paying attention to the details. Mind maps are a powerful tool that can be used in a variety of settings. Whether you're studying for an exam, trying to remember a lot of facts, or just trying to stay organized in a fast-paced environment. By creating mind maps, you can improve your memory, increase your productivity, and make learning more effective. Hack number 7 is teach someone else. Teaching others is one of the best ways to cement knowledge in your own mind. By explaining a concept or idea to someone else, you are forced to organize your thoughts and articulate your understanding of the topic. This process helps to reinforce the neural connections related to that information, making it more likely that you will remember it in the future. Furthermore, teaching others provides an opportunity to identify gaps in your own understanding. When you try to explain something and realize that you don't fully understand it yourself, you are motivated to go back and fill in those gaps. This active process of seeking out additional information and resources leads to a deeper level of understanding and retention. So if you want to remember something you've learned, try explaining it to a friend or family member. You'll be surprised at how much more you retain when you put effort into teaching others. If you found these hacks helpful, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below with your favorite hack. We'd love to hear from you. And if you want even more tips, be sure to check out our YouTube channel for more great videos. Thanks for watching and happy learning. Now it's time to test your memory. How many of these hacks can you remember? Pop the corresponding number in the comment section below. Let's see if you remember. Hack number 1, chunking. Hack number 2, visualization. Hack number 3, hack number 4, spaced repetition. Hack number 5, the story method. Hack number 6, mind mapping. And hack number 7, teach someone else. Remember more tomorrow with these memory hacks.